Hello and welcome to Together for the Future, a programme from UKHospitality and ITN Productions. I'm Natasha Kaplinsky. Throughout the programme, we're going to be looking at how hospitality remains a growth industry in the UK despite the economic uncertainty. We're going to explore career opportunities, new technology, and what more needs to be done by the government to ensure UK hospitality continues to grow. Together for the Future. Fueling the forces, how catering can provide opportunities beyond just restaurants. And Kill Bill, how technology can change the way we pay the bill when eating out.
And I'll be finding out how the hospitality industry is demanding the government does more to help in these challenging times.
I'm joined now by Kate Nichols, CEO at UKHospitality. Kate, great to see you again. Thank you for coming in. Despite the current economic climate, UKHospitality is returning some fairly impressive statistics. According to the Office of National Statistics, 4% year-on-year growth. What would you put that resilience down to?
I think it's down to the entrepreneurship and dynamism of the industry. You know, 80 to 90% of our sector are small and medium-sized enterprises. So they're more fleet of foot, they're very responsive to their customers, they can make very quick changes when customer conditions change or customer behaviours change, and they are very entrepreneurial and innovative in their response.
So there are lots of good news stories to shout about, but there have been some very high-profile casualties really on the high street. What would you put that down to? Well,
I think the sector as a whole, even those people who've weathered the storm and have got a positive news story to tell, they've been hit by a toxic cocktail of Brexit-fuelled food price inflation in particular, but also rising regulatory costs. That's soaring business rates, it's increasing employment costs, utility costs, and they've been hit by a mix of regulatory change that's impacted their profit and their bottom line.
You've been campaigning for a long time for a cut in business rates. Would that save the sector?
I don't think it would necessarily save everybody in the sector. The changes the Chancellor has made recently have been helpful to some, but by no means all. What we've got to have is the government's got to grasp the nettle. We've got to have root and branch reform of business rates, and we've got to make it fit for purpose for a digital 21st century economy.
You talk about digital. Clearly technology is changing the face of all sectors. Most of all yours. It's a fine line, isn't it, about being faceless but also being effective?
It is, and we've got some very good examples, again, entrepreneurial, innovative, dynamic businesses within the sector investing in technology in order to improve the customer experience. And the thing about hospitality is we don't sell products, we sell experiences. So we are one of the sectors which is most resilient. You are less likely to have jobs in hospitality replaced by robots, but we can use technology in order to improve the service we deliver to our customers.
And Kate, just to end, Brexit looming, it's obviously affecting most sectors, especially yours. How are you going to weather the storm?
Well, I think the key is for us to make sure that we convince the government to put in place a migration policy that is responsive to the needs of the economy, that doesn't play low skill versus high skill or look at different sectors and favour one over the other. We need to make sure that we've got the jobs available and we've got the people to fill them to keep the economy moving. And I think Napoleon said an army marches on its stomach. Our economy in the UK is reliant upon the breakfasts, lunches, coffees, dinners, nighttime drinks, restaurants that are so key to delivering a successful economy and are key to our social capital.
Well, Kate Nichols, it's been a great pleasure to talk to you. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you for your time.
High street rents, rates and recruitment are some of the challenges currently faced by the industry, resulting in difficult times for many businesses this year. UKHospitality's Aim High campaign is looking for government support for the hospitality industry. We sent Robin Ross to Parliament to find out more from the MPs involved in the campaign and to Brewhouse and Kitchen in North London to find out how they are faring on the high street.
We've seen some high-profile brands close restaurants, showing signs that the hospitality sector is facing challenges. And it's a crucial part of the economy. The sector creates £130 billion in turnover each year, so there are calls for the government to recognise its importance.
The big challenge right now for us in terms of hospitality is that we haven't had the respect that we deserve as an organisation. We're the third largest private sector employer in the UK. We pay £39 billion into the Treasury every year, which is the divorce bill for Brexit every single year.
New research predicts that the sector's workforce and contribution to the economy could begin to drop by 2022. Cost pressures such as minimum wage increases, business rates and a reduction in the supply of labour is being blamed.
Many are facing tough times, but this bar restaurant chain is adapting to changing tastes. But it's not easy.
The Brew House and Kitchen is the largest brew pub chain in the UK. It's a microbrewery offering craft beers and tasting experiences as well as food.
I've actually recently put a challenge, and I maintain that challenge, to any MP that refers to hospitality as being low skill to come and work a day in my business. They can brew some beer, they can work in our kitchens, and then they can tell me, look me in the eye, and they'll say this is a low skill job.
Peter is head brewer here. He's continually learning the science behind brewing.
From recognised qualifications through the IBD, all the way from your general certificate, all the way up to like master's level and stuff, which does take time. It's not an overnight 2-day course.
UKHospitality represents more than 700 companies in the industry. It embraces businesses across a wide spectrum: eating out, drinking, nighttime venues, travel, visitor attractions and leisure. It's launched an Aim High campaign. It's calling for a digital sales tax to help ease the impacts of business rates increases, a doubling of the national insurance contribution threshold for employers, putting money in the pockets of hospitality workers, a Brexit that allows the industry to meet its workforce needs without extra costs, and a level playing field for property and online business regulation. They want the government to do more.
Ultimately, policy change in order to level the playing field between the more traditional bricks and mortar businesses and digital economy that has grown very rapidly, and all best luck to it, but also without regulation and without really any checks and balances on what it does.
The industry contributes more to the UK economy than the automotive, pharmaceutical and aeronautics industries combined. Its economic contribution is wide-ranging, so there are calls for a hospitality minister.
There is no representation in government. We have a tourism minister, so what I'm calling for is a hospitality minister that may sit in a department. It could be bays, it could be in other areas.
The research also concludes that with the right government support, employment could grow to 3.5 million with an economic contribution of 89 billion in gross value added in the next 4 years. But what do MPs think?
With the tourism and hospitality sector being such an important and significant part of our economy, it's absolutely vital that our future immigration policy meets the needs of the hospitality sector. I've been working on that and will continue to work on that issue within Parliament to make sure we get it right.
I'm the chairman of the All-Party Parliamentary Group for Youth Employment, and we did a report with UKHospitality looking in particular about young people getting into a career and building a career in the hospitality industry. And there's no doubt that the report said that the UK hospitality industry must change.
There's a push for more British workers, but Brexit is looming, and the overseas workforce is the #1 challenge.
If you spend any time in Parliament, you listen to Eastern European voices everywhere, serving tea and serving coffee, waiting on MPs in their restaurants and their bars. And they seem to have this blind spot that they're still not recognising the importance. They will be one of the first to suffer, actually, probably on that basis.
They won't get their cup of tea?
They won't get their cup of tea. They'll be making it themselves.
The government has signalled its intention to deliver a landmark sector deal for the UK hospitality and tourism industry to attract more domestic and overseas visitors to help drive major economic growth. UKHospitality has been pushing for progress on this and will continue to be integral in its development. The aim to make tourism and hospitality a career for life.
The Royal Air Force is commonly associated with planes, pilots and engineers, but behind the scenes there are other important roles. The RAF is giving young people who are looking to move into the catering industry paid training along with the opportunity for travel. Nick Thatcher went to RAF Bryce Norton in Oxfordshire to find out why in the Air Force there's no such thing as an ordinary job.
Bryce Norton in Oxfordshire is the largest RAF station, and its mixed fleet of aircraft supports UK operations and exercises across the world. But keeping the Air Force flying requires a team of specialists on the ground. People like Chef Rosetta Norbert, whose job can vary from catering official functions, working in the sergeant's mess, to cooking for hundreds of RAF personnel in the field.
A chef in the RAF is not just a chef in the civilian world. We can go anywhere that we're deployed and able to put up a kitchen, whether it's on base or it's in the field or it's in the desert. We can do it all, feed our personnel the same way as we would do at our own home base. Being a chef, there's different levels. You don't have to come in and just cook for colleagues. You can go out, you can develop yourself, enrolling into competitions, do different aspects, represent the country. It's all part of it, so why not do it?
The biggest leap is actually applying. Once you've applied and you get through the system, you realise how much opens up to you.
Corporal Tom Burrell is a cabin supervisor for the RAF Voyager, which is an air-to-air refuelling tanker and the primary aircraft used to transfer troops around the world.
We're fundamental to transport of troops, whether that's to a safe destination or not. So we're highly trained in the event of an evacuation. We also do aeromedical roles, so any injured troops we bring back from operations, but we also transport families as well, so any RF personnel stationed overseas, we help transport their families to see them.
So what happens in this part of Bryce Norton?
So this is the Voyager hub.
Warrant Officer Hayley Crame is in charge of the cabin crew on 10 Squadron and a purser on board the Voyager, and she loves the variety her job can offer.
No 2 days are the same. One day you could be working in the officer's mess or the sergeant's mess, carrying out a food service there, or you could be on cabin crew duties, flying all around the world, flying troops to different destinations, families to Cyprus, Prime Minister even, and cabinet members, and also members of the royal family. So it makes everything, every day exciting.
It is an amazing job. It's a job that I didn't realise before I joined up, the opportunities that it would open. I did a month at St James's Palace, working for the Queen's Guard, looking after their high-ranking officers, and doing 2 banquets a day for really high-profile people.
And as a specialist in catering or hospitality, you can play a crucial role, both on the ground and in the air, in supporting those defending our skies and keeping us safe.
From robots and AI to cloud-based solutions and mobile ordering, technology is rapidly changing the restaurant landscape. We sent Julie McDonald to find out about Flight's new technology, which aims to make ordering food and eating out easier for businesses and customers.
In this busy London branch of KFC, with a steady flow of riders picking up orders, supported by digital tech, produced by hospitality innovators Flight.
The way that the Flight technology works for us at KFC is after a customer has placed the order on the Just Eat delivery platform and the rider has been assigned and is travelling towards our store, when the rider gets within distance of our store, the order is immediately injected using Flight technology into our kitchen screens and into our point of sale. This enables our restaurant teams to be able to pack the order hot, fresh and fast. I think if you look at the way that the delivery market has grown over the past couple of years, we've seen a huge increase in it and the number of customers demanding delivery at a time that suits them in the locations that they live and work in. And I think being able to offer all the kind of operational efficiencies to make that order as fast as possible is a differentiator, and Flight enables that for us.
Helping hospitality businesses thrive in an increasingly challenging and competitive marketplace is at the heart of Flight's business.
We're enabling new services to integrate with existing systems in restaurants, whether that service is a delivery provider or a booking provider, pay at table, order at table. All those are new services which connect consumers with restaurants, enabling new experiences. We just want those systems to work together.
Entrepreneur and co-founder of Flight, Tom Weaver, was determined to solve hospitality's challenges.
I think in a number of different ways. We were concerned with the day-to-day experiences people had. Effectively, people getting used to buying things in a single click online, and yet actually the experience of paying your bill at the end of the meal, for example, has always been cumbersome and difficult and lengthy. And so we wanted to take away some of those chores from people's experiences, but kind of more than that. We viewed that actually time is a commodity and you can't make more of it. And so if we can enable people to spend that time in better ways and use technology to do that, then everybody's a winner.
In the space of only a few short years, the most advanced mobile technology available to hospitality businesses like this one are changing the face of service, and they're also reducing frustration for diners. Tom talked me through the philosophy behind Flight's technology, which makes it easier for hospitality businesses to innovate at a fraction of the time compared to only a few years ago. And he explained one such innovation.
Scan a QR code on the bottom of your bill, open that in Messenger. This is going to take you straight to your actual table. So the QR code knows which location you're in, it knows what your bill is, you can see your bill. You can then have the option to split the bill, change the tip, kind of click the buy button, and that's it. It's all done within, 20 seconds?
Pizza Express uses Flight's tech to support its app, allowing customers to pay any time during their meal.
If you look at the generation that's coming through now, they are so unforgiving of poor technology experiences. We decided to relaunch the Pizza Express app earlier this year, and one of the things we really wanted to crack was that seamless payment experience. So our research tells us that's the part of the meal that everybody least enjoys, and it's the part of the meal that you want to go as smoothly as possible. So by putting the ability to pay in the hands of the customer, they are then free to kind of determine the pace and the speed at that end of the meal. They can deal with things like splitting the bill, leaving a gratuity for the team member.
So what's the future for digital hospitality?
We're used to a world in which it takes 12 months to build a really powerhouse app and, a very costly capital investment. And suddenly we can spin up a branded Facebook Messenger bot where we can customize all of the language and turn it on in stores that we're already live in. And that can all happen within an afternoon. So it's pretty much a game changer both for the restaurant and for the consumer.
Thank you for watching Together for the Future. We hope you've enjoyed this programme. All of our reports are available to view on the UK Hospitality's website. The details are on the screen now. From me and the team here, thank you for watching. Goodbye.